Welcome into the Bison Information Network. My name is Logan, and tonight I'll be taking you on a trip around the latest in campus and local news here in Fargo. So don't go anywhere. Story tonight is one that is sure to warm anyone's hearts despite how cold this winter may get. The Freeze-a-thon is a week-long event hosted by Alpha Tau Omega, whom you may have seen in years past here on campus. Members stand outside all day and night for a week on the corner of Loaf and Jug to raise awareness and money. Those funds will go towards Down Home Fargo, a program that empowers lives by furnishing homes for families and individuals in the Fargo-Moorhead area who are emerging from homelessness. The Freeze-a-thon will run all week next week, starting Monday at 12 a.m. and running until Friday at midnight. So if you're in the area or just passing by, be sure to show your support in whatever way you can. And with January almost over, that means that a big celebration is right around the corner. This Saturday, join NDSU as they celebrate the Lunar New Year. There will be plenty of food, drink, and along with the opportunity to watch guest singers, dancers, and more. Doors open at 5:30 with performances starting at 6. And admission for NDSU affiliates is $10, while non-affiliates will have to pay $15. Tickets are on pre-sale in the Memorial Union from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. this week, so act fast while there are still spots available. And switching to local news, a big change is coming to Duluth in the coming months. Amazon has announced it will build a facility in the Minnesota town. City leaders say that the new distribution center will not only provide shorter-term jobs like construction, but also careers with Amazon along with flex and temporary jobs. Although the construction is not underway yet, the distribution center will be built in Atlas Industrial Park located in West Duluth. The city hopes this project will bring new interest back to the area. City officials are hopeful that construction could begin as soon as this summer. And our other local story tonight surrounds a disturbing series of events out of Polk County, Minnesota. Police are investigating a possible abduction after a girl was found tied up on the side of the road on Monday night. Officials with the sheriff's office state a 17-year-old girl was found around 4:30 p.m. on 410th Avenue Southwest by a local resident. The girl told deputies she had been abducted and was taken to that location. Thankfully, she has been medically cleared. Authorities are still unsure if this is an isolated incident or if there's an ongoing threat to people in the area. If you see anything suspicious while driving or walking about, always inform your local sheriff's office. And transitioning over to our national stories for tonight, there's major backlash for one of D.C.'s biggest faces. Former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is under fire after a video surfaced from October in which she told pro-Palestinian protesters from Code Pink to go back to China where their headquarters are. Code Pink responded saying, "These same women have been protesting for peace at her house for 17 years, yet Pelosi takes thousands of dollars from AIPAC every year. Who's the foreign agent here?" Now social media users have harshly criticized Pelosi, including Trending Politics co-owner Colin Rugg, who posted on X that Pelosi has quote-unquote lost it. However, the public will have to wait a bit to see how detrimental Pelosi's actions and comments were, as she is running for re-election later this year. And our final story tonight is one that has surprisingly gone under the radar. Tech billionaire Elon Musk announced Monday that his brain science startup Neuralink has implanted a device into a human for the first time. Musk claims this is a step towards a product that would allow people to control almost any external device just by thinking. Musk made the announcement on X and revealed that the anonymous patient is recovering well after receiving an implant on Sunday. He also revealed that there has been a quote-unquote promising neuron spike detection, but gave no other details. Neuralink has stated it is building a brain implant called the Link, which would help patients use external technologies. However, Musk said Monday that Neuralink's first product would be called Telepathy. It did not say if it was a new device or a new name for the previously announced The Link. Neuralink aims to have its initial users be those who have lost function of their limbs, with Musk using Stephen Hawking as an example, stating that the goal is to allow people like Hawking to communicate faster than a speed typist or auctioneer. Now, regardless of what happens in the coming months, the result of this technology will be very interesting to follow and keep up with. Well, that's all we have for the news this week. After the break, Vinny will have all the latest in Bison sports, including an unbelievable performance from an NDSU sophomore on the court. Also, stick around to see where the crew was headed for this past week in Fargo Food Tour. Don't go away.
Let's take this out of the studio and hit the roads as we explore Fargo and discover the best restaurants in town. There's a wide range of foods to explore here. We will help you discover some delicious food finds in this new series that we like to call Fargo Food Tour.
My name is Mason Davis, and I am the kitchen lead here at Black Coffee and Waffle. Yeah, so the loaded potato is a huge one for us. People absolutely love it. We use a hash brown batter, and basically it's like the name, a baked potato in waffle form. The strawberry cheesecake is another hit for us. People absolutely love our cheesecake spread. It's super delicious, but any of the waffles really, we don't have a bad one in my opinion. My favorite would have to be the Fat Andrew. I'm a sucker for peanut butter. You've got peanut butter, bananas, powdered sugar, cinnamon, and whipped cream. Waffles are one of the happiest foods, I think, that exist. We are open 7 to 7 every day of the week.
Go check out the whole video on our YouTube channel, Black Coffee and Waffle Bar. It has our full review and the whole entire interview on there. See you there.
I'm your friend.
I am your coworker.
I'm your neighbor.
There's no set person that defines who needs help in North Dakota.
I play cards with your grandmother every week.
Hunger is becoming more and more widespread and more known because there are people standing up and saying, hey, this can't happen. We can't be having this in our state, in our community.
I sit next to you in math class.
It's proving that they're learning better and they're not coming to school so hungry on Monday morning. We're engaging them and we're helping them learn. I mean, people want to help their fellow citizens, and in this food bank, in this agency, that is exactly what's happening, is people really, truly care.
I'm here to change the faces.
I'm here to change the faces of hunger.
One kid, one mentor, plus one moment can unlock limitless potential. One heart-to-heart, one inside joke. 30,000 youth are waiting. Be there for one of them. It's time. Become a big today.
Welcome into the last sports report for the month. We have interesting news for you. As we are well into the offseason for football, there is still news coming out of the Fargo Dome, as longtime player and coach Tyler Roll has taken his career to the Southeast, as he went to Tennessee State as an offensive coordinator and associate head coach. Now, that begs the question, who's going to be the new OC for the Bison? I guess we have to wait and see. Something that we don't have to wait is men's basketball, as we can find them in Minnesota, where they square off against St. Thomas. Now, let's not waste any more time and get right into the action. For the Bison, they started number 2, Travius Miller, number 10, Wheeler Thomas, number 14, Brendan Stumberg, number 23, Andrew Morgan, and number 34, Noah Fenderson. Going into the tip-off, Andrew Morgan won the tip-off, and the game was on. Down by 2. Fenderson passes it to Wheeler Thomas for a wide open three, and he gets it. Wheeler Thomas has been hot as of late. Speaking of on a roll, fast forward to Morgan as he sets a pick to set up a wide open three, and he drains it, looking like Steph Curry out there. With the Bison being down 2, the Bison drive down the court as the 3-point has been good. Now, down by 6, NDSU looking to get back into the game when Miller passes it to Stumberg and passes it back to Miller. Miller fakes out a defender, shoots, and he scores with the and one. Getting to the foul line, Stumberg splashes it. Down by 1, NDSU trying to get more going on offense when Miller drives down, passes it out to Wheeler Thomas, trying to work some magic, pulls up, and bang! Pulls the Bison ahead. This got some momentum for the Bison as they were up 5 when Wheeler Thomas finds a wide open Federson for 3. As we were nearing the end of the first quarter, the Bison driving down the field, and what seemed to feel like deja vu as Wheeler Thomas to Federson pulls it again, pulling the Bison up by 9. Taking a look at the second half, the Bison was still up, but we had to make something happen as Stumberg makes an incredible dunk. Now the defense is coming through as the Bison, as they steal and pass it out to Stumberg, and he drains it. He has had one hell of a game so far. Speaking of efforts, Stumberg wanted to go for a 3, and he misses. But he got the rebound, trying to show his skills off in the paint, and got it. Time was running down. And down by 16, the Bison tried to make something happen, trying to find Joshua Strite wide open for a 3, and he gets it. But it was a little too late as the clock was winding down to triple zeros, and the final score was 66-79. With that, the Bison do drop down to 2-4 in conference play and 9-12 overall. After the second half struggle and a disappointing loss, there was a bright spot in the game. Noah Fenderson shot 7 for 8 in the field and ended up with 20 points of the night. NDSU is looking to bounce back from this loss when they do travel to SDSU tomorrow at 7 p.m. You can watch the action live on Summit League Network or tune in on 107 The Fox. While the men suffered a tough loss, the women were looking to rebound from one when they hosted St. Thomas this past week. We take you into the Shields Center. The theme was Play for K to honor all those who are affected by cancer. The key players of the game, Elle Evans, who has been hot for the Bison, averaging 21 points per game and about 5 rebounds. Heading into the tip-off, St. Thomas came out on top, winning that and ended up scoring. It was a slow start for the Bison, although it did not take long to get points up, as Evans passes it to Schulte, putting up 2. And it didn't take long for Evans to get hot as she takes a long 3 and splashes. Down by 1, Bison driving, passes it out to Draper, finding Hamling in the corner. And does she make it? Yes, she does. Bang! Bison now trying to move fast, running down the field. Hamling driving, passes it out to Evans, and it connects to Evans, and she connects. Trying to repeat what just happened, setting up a perfect pass. This leads to executing perfect plays as they find Chris Winowski wide open for the 3. Sorry, that's Evans. Now trying to repeat what just happened. Trying to find wide open Chris Winowski and drains it. Fast forward to Draper as she sets up a pass to Evans as she continues her streak, shooting 4 for 4 on 3 points at this point. Ellie Evans is having a day looking like Kobe. Going into the third quarter, NDSU up by 10. Hamling takes it downfield, passes it to Evans, which passes it to Graham, gives it right back. And you guessed it, Evans for another 3. Now up by 17, Deja Vu strikes again with Graham passing it to Evans, giving it to Coonan. Coonan passes it back to Evans, and bang, extends their lead to 20. The third quarter was all NDSU, as it was the Bison making plays like these, passing it out to Evans and creating open plays for herself. Just call this game what it is, L. Evans show. With the third quarter winding down, Chris Winowski passes it to Mackenzie, showing everyone what she can do in the paint, goes up for the layup and connects. Finally, in the fourth quarter, the Bison were up 32 points and the foot was still on the gas as Evans trying to make something as she passes it to Schulte, and Schulte passes it to Draper, got the 2. Schulte driving again on offense as she passes it out to Hamling, and swoosh, she pulls it off. Hamling pulling her best Evans impression tonight. The Bison kept going with the starters out, and it still did not matter with Taryn Hamling pulling her own 3. With that, the Bison smoked. I mean smoked. Blew out of the water smoked. With the final score being 85-52. They finished the game with some great 3-point shots with Evans, and it worked well as a team. This was a big win for the Bison and the momentum that they needed for sure. With this big win for the Bison and a great game from no one other than Ellie Evans as she dominated the performance. Elle Evans finished the night with 29 points, shooting perfect from the 3-point line and earning the Summit League Peak Performer of the Week. After a big game by Ellie Evans, the Bison hope to carry over this win into Thursday as they have a big matchup against the Jackrabbits, and they have them in their sights. Hosting the Jackrabbits at home, with tip-off being tomorrow at 7 p.m. This matchup can be watched on WDA Extra or Summit League Network. You can also listen to it on Bison 1660. Speaking of riding off wins, wrestling was 2-0 of their last 2 matches as they hosted Air Force. This match started hot when the Bison won 4 out of the 5 matches, having Fernando Breto, Gavin Draxler, Max Peterson, and Landon Johnson beat their competition. Although that was all their highlights, as Air Force swept the rest and ended up beating the Bison 13-21. Now the Bison will go off to Utah to face Utah Valley. The match will be on Friday at 7 p.m. and can be watched live on WDA Extra, or you can tune in on Bison 1660. Our last sports in today's report is the Bison track and field. As the past weekend, the Bison traveled to the north and was up at the UND Open. For the men, they did fantastic as Logan Matthew won the 60 meter with a time of 6 seconds 86 milliseconds. Landis placed first. The Bison won the pole vault, and Colin Curry got a new PR in the 400 meter with a time of 48:06. Now, turning over to women's track and field, they have what is known to be the next great duo, and this might even top Shaq and Kobe on the all-times list. We have Kendra Kelly and Nell Graham. They have been going insane this year as Kelly improves her 60-meter dash twice, going from 7:42 and then to 7:36. It marked the 3rd and 4th time setting the Bison all-times list. She also destroyed her 200-meter, clocking in at 23.5 seconds, which set a UND record and ranked Kelly 26th in the nation. Turning into Nell Graham, she captured her 3rd different school record in 15 days when she clocked in a 36:63, winning the 300 meter, breaking a NDSU record by more than a second. Now, Other winners from track and field on women's side include Elise Jennings setting her PR on the 60 meter. Ali Niska setting a PR in the 200 meter. Brita Brickland won the 800 meter, and lastly Joy Nita won the triple jump. Now the Bison are going to host the next Open February 2nd and 3rd. This will be held at the indoor track and field. As that is all that we have for this week's newscast. If you are interested in seeing our past podcast or broadcast or some other news shows here, you can find us on Bison Information Network on YouTube. Let's have a fantastic week, and I'll see you next week.